Hello viewers, welcome to my channel. My name is Mr.Adebanjo. In this video, we are going to be covering Neco 2023 for the mathematics objective questions. So we are going to be solving Neco 2023 for the mathematics objective question in this video. So in the next video, we are going to be solving the theoretical part of this Neco 2023 for the mathematics. And what are we going to be doing in this video? We are going to be telling you the topic where each of the questions came from. We're also going to be solving each of the questions step by step as you follow. And also we are going to be picking the correct answer out of the option provided for each questions. And also we are going to be highlighting the common errors made by students during the examination. So we have a lot of things in store for you in this video. But before we get it started, if you are yet to subscribe to this channel, please, the only way you can help us or help us improve this channel is by subscribing to the channel and click on the subscribe button right now. There are a lot of benefits you tend to gain or enjoy when you subscribe to this channel. One of them is you will be informed or alerted whenever we post video on these channels, and there are a lot of benefit also await you when you subscribe to this channel. So do that now before we get started. Now, dear viewers, are you in a situation that is beyond your imagination? Are you in a situation that require a mighty hand to save you? There is only one that can save. There is only one that has the ultimate power to save, which is Jesus. And the word of God said, whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved. So don't forget to call upon the name of Jesus today so that you can save you from that situation you are now, that unpleasant situation that you are in right now. Call upon the name of Jesus Christ and surely will come into your life. And how can you call upon someone that you don't have a relationship with? Before you call upon the name of the Lord, make sure you accept Jesus Christ into your life as your only and personal Savior. And when you pray unto Him concerning your situation, and I know He will answer you and your situation will change for better. And as you do so, may the good Lord bless you. Now, without wasting much of our time, let's start with the first question. The question is from trigonometric ratio, and the trigonometric ratio we are converting from one angle to another. In this case, we are going to be converting from degrees to radians. So you have to convert 45 degrees to radians in terms of pi. Convert 45 degrees to radians in terms of pi. We know the conversion rate. Conversion rate is 180 degrees equals to pi radian. 180 degrees equals to pi radian. And since you are taking this 45 degrees to radian, that means you are going from degrees to radian. So we need to know what 1 degree will be in radian. So therefore 1 degree will be pi over 180 in radians. 1 degree is equal to be pi over 180 in radians. So if you know 1 degree to be this, therefore you can find 45 degrees. Therefore 45 degree will be 45 times pi over 180 in radians. So as we know, 45 can go in 180, that should give us 4. So therefore 45 degree in radian will give us pi over 4 in radians. So option C is the correct option for question number 1. Question number 2 is from SOD. You have to rationalize this SOD 2 over SOD 5 plus SOD 7. As you know that when you have a SOD in this format, that the denominator of a fraction is in SOD form, you need to rationalize it. Even though you are not told that to rationalize, you should know that you have to rationalize this SOD. And how do we rationalize is by looking for the conjugate of the denominator, the conjugate of this SOD 5 plus SOD 7. And what is the conjugate of SOD 5 plus SOD 7? That will be SOD 5 minus SOD 7. So you now use that conjugate to multiply up and down, and that's how we rationalize. So therefore you'll be having 2 over SOD 5 plus 7 plus SOD 7 rather equals to 2 over sod 5 plus sod 7 multiplied by the conjugate of this, which is sod 5 minus sod 7 over sod 5 minus sod 7. In this case, we can now use this to multiply this numerator, then the denominator also multiply this denominator. But you can see that these denominators are different of two squares. They are different of two squares, so then we can apply this short form. Instead of expanding it normally, we can apply this short form by saying sod 5 squared minus sod 7 squared. Then 2 multiply the numerator, we have it to be like this. Sod 5 squared is a 5 minus sod 7 squared is also 7. Then we see you have the numerator to be 2 into sod 5 minus sod 7. Then 2 can go into here, then you are left with a minus open bracket sod 5 minus sod 7. When the minus open the bracket, you have a minus sod 5 plus sod 7. You can rearrange this to look like the option you're having here, or you can also leave it. So option B is the correct option for question number 2. Question number 3 is from a quadratic equation, sum and product of quadratic equation, sum and product of roots of quadratic equation rather. So we have to find the sum of the roots of this quadratic equation. We have to find the sum of the roots of this quadratic equation, and like we know that the sum of root of quadratic equation is minus b over a. But if that should be the case, let alpha and beta be the roots of this quadratic equation. So from this quadratic equation, we know our a to be 3, which is coefficient of s squared here. Our b is going to be 3 as well, and our c will be minus 1, which is this constant. Then the sum of the roots, that means alpha plus beta, which is are the roots. So the sum in that gives us alpha plus beta equals to minus b over a. And what's our b? B is 3, that means we have minus 3 over 3, and that should give us minus 1. So option A is the correct option for question number 3 as well. Question number 4 is from logarithm. It's from logarithm, and you are going to apply the laws of logarithm to solve this kind of questions. And I have a video on this in my channel if you want to know how to simplify something like this on logarithm. But how do we do this? We are having half of log 64 base 4 plus log of 16 base 4 minus log of 2 base 4. Then we know that according to the law, this half would go to the power of 64 according to one of the law of logarithm. So you have log 64 raised to power half base 4 plus log 16 base 4 minus 2 log minus log 2 base 4. Then we know that this 64 raised to power half means square root of 64. And what's square root of 64? That will give us 8. So therefore we are left with log 8 base 4 plus log 16 base 4 minus log 2 base 4. Now we can now apply the laws of logarithm here. Now since they have the same base, we can pick log base 4 into 8, then plus will change to times 16, then the minus will change to division divided by 2. So from there, 2 in 8 will give us 4, 4 times 16 will give us 64. So log 64 base 4 is 3. Because this one literally means something, it has an explanation. Log 64 base 4 means how many times can you raise 4 to get 16? 4. How many times can you raise 4 to get 64? And that should be 3. So that means the answer of this question is 3, and option B is the correct option for question number 4. Question number 5 is from sequence and series, and it's from geometric progression, which is exponential sequence. It's from geometric progression. You have to find the sum of the first 9 terms of the exponential sequence, 18, 6, 2, and so on. So the first term is 18, and we need to get the constant ratio, and that will be r equals to the second term divided by the first term, or the third term divided by the second term. So that will give us 6 over 18, and that gives us 1 over 3. And so we have to sum 9 terms of this sequence. And when it comes to summing terms in GP, we know that we have 3 formulas. The one that r is greater than 1, r is less than 1, and to infinity as well. But in this case, you are going to sum these 9 terms because our using the formula for r less than 1, because constant ratio here is less than 1. 1 over 3 is 0, that should give us 0.33303. So that is less than 1. So we are going to use sum of terms equals to a into 1 minus r raised to power n over 1 minus r, because our r is less than 1. So we are summing 9 terms equals to the first term here is 18 into 1 minus constant ratio is 1 over 3 raised to power n, which is our number of times we are summing together, which is 9 over 1 minus 1 over 3. From there, we can simplify this one further. 1 over 3, that raised to power 9. 1 raised to power 9 is 1. 3 raised to power 9 is 19,683 divided by, you can find the LCM of this and simplify. That should give us 2 over 3 if you simplify that. Then from there, we can find the LCM of the bracket as well, what you have inside the bracket. So that should give us 19,682 divided by 19,683. So if you simplify this one properly by finding the LCM, you have 19,682 over 19,833. So that 19,683 can go, it will come down here. So we have 18 times 19,682, which is what we get from this by finding the LCM, over 19,683, then times 2 over 3. Then from there, if you simplify the denominator here, 3 can go here, then whatever you get multiply by 2 will give us 13,082. Then if you simplify this further with your calculator, we should have 27.00 as our answer when you sum 9 terms together of this geometrical sequence. And option E is the correct option here. The reason why we did not do the full details of this solutioning, this is objective question, so we don't require much solution. Our calculator can help us to do it so that to speed up our work easily. Question number 6 is from inequalities. We have to solve the inequalities 2x plus 3 over 4 less than or equals to 5x minus 2 over 3. So this is from linear inequalities. And how do we do that? The first thing I would advise you to do is to clear the denominators of these fractions. And how do we do that? We can find the LCM of 4 and 3 here, the denominator. And what's the LCM of 4 and 3? That should give us 12. We can multiply it through by 12 in that case. So if you multiply it through by 12, we have 12 times 2 will give us 24x. 12 times 3 over 4, 4 can go in 12. Then that will give us 3. 3 times 3 give us 9 here. Less than or equals to 12 times 5 here will give us 60x. Then minus 12 times 2 over 3. 3 in 12 give us 4. 4 times 2 give us 8 here. So you can see that we are now back to inequalities without fraction now, which you can easily simplify. Collect like terms from here. You have 20x, 24x minus 60x less than or equals to minus 8, then minus 9. 24x minus 60x will give us minus 36x less than or equals to minus 8 minus 9 will give us minus 17. So we can divide both sides by minus 36. And you should know that this inequality will change from that because you are dividing by minus. So that will change to greater than or equals to. So we have s is greater than or equals to minus 17 divided by minus 36. Minus will take care of minus here. So we have s is greater than or equals to 17 over 36. And option D is the correct option for question number 6. Question number 7 is from binary operation. Question number 7 is from binary operation. A binary operation asterisk with identity element 0 is divided on the set of real number by p asterisk q equals to p plus q plus 3 pq, where p comma q belongs to real number. For what values of p does the operation have no inverse? So like we have been told, we have been given the rules for the binary operation. P asterisk is equals to p plus q plus 3 pq, and we want to find the inverse of an element in a binary operation. We need to get the identity element, but we have been given the identity element, which is to be 0. So that means the element in this binary operation, let's say p asterisk, its inverse should give us an identity element. So p asterisk its inverse should give us an identity element. I can also pick q. That means I have q asterisk Q inverse should give us identity element as well. So we have been given identity element to be 0. So we have P asterisk P inverse will be equal to 0. Then from there, we can now put this into these rules given to us here. So P asterisk P inverse will be, so we have P here plus P inverse plus 3P then P inverse. So that will give us what you have in here now, because we have put this into this rule. This one, this look like this, then put it into this. So you have a P plus P inverse plus 3P P inverse equals to 0. Then from there, I can take this P to this side. I have minus P here. Then I can factorize P inverse out here. So P inverse is common to this and this. So if I factorize it out, we have P inverse into 1 plus 3P equals to minus P. And my aim is to find the inverse of P, which is P raised to power minus 1 equals to, I can divide both sides by 1 plus 3P. So we have minus P over 1 plus 3P. So this is the inverse of P. But question asks us to find the value of P to make this inverse 0, or to make the what value of P does the operation has no inverse rather. So that means P has to be 0 for this one to have no inverse. So if P is equal to 0, then everything here becomes 0. Or if so everything here becomes 0. So, and that would make the inverse, this P inverse, not to have also not to have inverse. So for option C is the correct option for question number 7. Question number 8 is from indices, indicia equation. So we are having 243 raised to power 2x plus 1 equals to 81 raised to power raised to power x minus 2 over s raised to power 3 raised to power x. So like I said, it's from indices. So what can we do? This can be, you can find the index of 243, and that should give us 3 raised to power 5 raised to power 2x plus 1 equals, so this can be written as 81 raised to power s minus 2. This division side can be written as this 3 raised to power x. Then from there, this power will multiply themselves according to the law of indices. You have 3 raised to power 10 plus s plus 5 equals, so we can find the index of 81 as that give us 3 raised to power 4. Then that 4 will multiply s minus 2. That should give us 3 raised to power 4s minus 8. Then divided by 3 raised to power x. Then you can apply the law of indices to this left hand side. Sorry, to the right hand side rather. Then because they have the same base and we're having division here, so we can pick one of the base and subtract the power. So that should give us 3 raised to power 4s minus 8 minus x. Then look at the both sides, the base are equal. So you can cancel out the base in this case. Or before that, you can simplify this power force. 4s minus 3 4s minus s will give us 3x minus 8. Then the base will cancel out the base. We have 10x plus 5 equals to 3x minus 8. Collect like times 10x minus 3x will give us 7x equals to minus 8 minus 5, and that should give us minus 13. Then divide both side by 7, that gives us s to be equals to minus 13 over 7. So question number 8 is minus 13 over 7, and option B is the correct option for question number 8. Question number 9 is from sequence and series as well. We are told that if a n plus 2 a n plus 2 equals to 0.2 a n plus 1, where minus 0.1 a n, and a1 is equal to 0, a2 is equal to 1, determine the fifth term of the sequence. So you have been given this rule to use for this our sequence. You know the first term is 0, we know the second term is 1, so we have to find the fifth term of this sequence given this rule. Now it's quite you don't know whether this one belongs to AP or GP, but since you have been given the rule to use, then this one you should be able to use this rule to find this, because you are looking for fifth term. So that you know that our n here are talking about terms, so n is talking about, is representing terms here. Then how do we simplify this? Let's look at it critically. Since you have been given this rule, if I say my if I want to find the first term of this sequence, although we know that the first term is, sorry, our first term is 0. So if I put my n here to be 1, if I put my n to be 1, what do we have? We have a 1 plus 2, because there's 2 here, equals, so we put 1 here, you put 1 here as well. So you have a1 plus 2 equals to 0.2 a1 plus 1 minus 0.1 a1. Then we know 1 plus 2 give us 3, so you have a3 here equals to 1 plus 1 here give us 2, so you have 0.2 a2 minus 0.1 a1. We know the value of a2 you have been given, which is 1, and we know the value of a1, it will be what? 0 as well. So you have a3 equals to 0.2 times 1 minus 0.1 times a1 is 0 times 0. So this one give us 0 minus 0.1 times 0.2 times 1 give us 0.2. So that means a3, the third term of this sequence, is 0.2. So don't forget we are going to the fifth term. Now we know the third term. Let's do the next one. So if I make this n 2, so that means you have 2 plus 2, yeah, that gives us 4 terms. So let's do that. So if our n is 2, so we have 2 plus 2 equals to 0.2 a, 2 plus 1, because our n is 2 now, minus 0.1, then 2. So 2 plus 2 give us 4. So we have a4 is equals to 2 plus 1, it gives us 0.2 a3 minus 0.1 a2. So from there, we know the value of our a3. We already gotten down, and that is 0.2. And we know the value of our a2 is given 1. So we have a4 equals to 0.2 times 0.2 minus 0.1 times 1. And if you simplify this, that should give us a minus 0.06. So that means we know the value of the fourth term of that sequence. Question asks us to find the fifth term. So that means we need to make our n here 3 to get 5 here. So we have a plus 3 2, sorry, a3 plus 2 rather, equals to, that means n here will be 3 as well. You have 0.2 a3 plus 1 minus 0.1 a3 as well. Then from there you have a5 equals to 3 plus 1 give us 4. So we have 0.2 a4 minus 0.1 a3. We know the value of our a4, that is our 0.06 here, put that here, and our a3 is 0.2, you put that here as well. If you simplify this, you have a5 to be minus 0.012 minus 0.02, and if you simplify that further, you have minus 0.032 as the value of the fifth term of the sequence, and option A is the correct option. Question number 10 is from measuration of circle, and in this case you have to measure the length of an arc in radians. You have to find, in a circle of radius 20 centimeter, find the length of an arc which subtend an angle of 1.2 radian at the center. So the question is very simple. We are measuring the length of an arc, but the angle is not given to us in degrees, it's given to us in radian. So how do we do that? What's the formula of finding length of an arc? Length of an arc is gotten from theta over 360 times 2 pi r. But we know that this 360 here is an angle in degrees, so that means we need to change it to radians. But before that, 2 can go in 360. 2 here, 1, 2 in 360, that gives us 180 here. So we need to change this 180 to radians. And what would that give us? I already showed from the beginning of this, the first question we solved in this video, we talk about the conversion from degrees to radian. We know that 180 degrees equals to pi radians. So if this is 180 degrees, that means we can replace with what? Pi radians. So that means theta over pi radians equals times pi r. That means pi can take care of pi. So that means you have theta r to be length of an arc in radians. So the length of an arc in radians is given to us as a theta r. This one is for degrees, this is for radians. So, and our theta is 1.2, then times radius is 20. Multiply that, that should give us 24 centimeter as the length of the arc. So option C, the correct option for question number 10. Question number 11 is from a trigonometric ratio of compound angle. Trigonometric ratio of compound angle, we are given that cos A is equal to 4 over 5 and cos B equals to 12 over 13. we have to find the value of sine A plus B, comma, if sine A and B, sorry, if A and B are both acute angles. Of course, we know that A and B here, they are angles, but they are both acute now because they could be obtuse as well. So we have to find the value of sine A and sine A plus B. What is sine A plus B? Sine A plus B is sine A cos B plus cos A sine B. So, but we are only giving cos A sine B, cos A cos B. So we need to get the value of sine A and value of sine B as well. So if you remember vividly that in trigonometry of trigonometric ratio, the identity of trigonometric ratio, we know that a sine square A plus cos square will give us a 1. Do you remember that? So from there, we can get the value of sine A. If you take cos square A to this side, we have sine square A to be cos of 1 minus cos square A. And from there, you can take the square root of both sides. Sine A will be given, we have sine A to be square root of 1 minus cos square A. And this is short form of how we can do this question. Very simple this way. So since we know the value of our cos A already, so we can substitute that here. You have square root of 1 minus 4 over 5 squared. 4 over 5 squared is 16 over 25. So that gives us square root of 1 minus 16 over 25. You find the LCM here. That should give us 9 over 25. So the square root of 9 over 25 gives us a plus or minus 3 over 5. But since they told us that our angle A is an acute angle, so we don't need the negative answer for this sine A. We only need the positive answer because our angle is acute. So sine A is going to be 3 over 5. Now let's do the same thing also for cos B. We are giving cos B to be 12 over 13. Then also, we know that sine B also from what we have done here, sine B will be square root of 1 minus cos square B. So square root of, then we have been given cos B to be 12 over 13. So we have the square root of 1 minus 12 over 13 squared. 12 over 13 squared will give us 144 over 169. So you have square root of 1 minus 144 over 169 equals to the square root of, if you find the LCM of this, you have the square root of 25 over 169. And that should give us the square root of plus or minus 5 over 13. And we're also told that our angle B is also acute, so we need the positive angles of it. So we have sine B to be equal to 5 over 13. Then from there, sine A plus B, you have already said that it is this. So you can substitute the value of what you have gotten here into it. So sine A is 3 over 5, so we have 3 over 5 times cos B. Cos B is 5 over 13. Sorry, where's cos B? Sorry, cos B is 12 over 13 is here, sorry. Cos B is 12 over 13, so you put that there plus cos A. What is our cos A? Cos A is 4 over 5. Then times sine B. Sine B is 5 over 13. So from here you can simplify further. 3 times 12 will give us 36 over 5 times 13 will give us 65 plus 5 can take your 5 here. You have 4 over 13. We should find the LCM. You have 36 plus 20 over 65. That gives us 56 over 65 as the value of our sine A plus B. And option E is the correct option for question number 11. Question number 12 is from partial fraction. We have to resolve this fraction partially. 2x plus 5 over x plus 3 into x plus 2. And you know that if you want to resolve a single fraction partially, that's the ability to split this fraction into 2 or more fractions. So since the denominator has we have 2 terms in the denominator, so we should have 2 fractions to part this fraction into. So we can say that 2x plus 5 over x plus 3 into x plus 2 is equivalent to a over the denominator here plus b over the second denominator. And so from there we need to find the value of our numerator a and b here. But before we do that, I can find the LCM of this by bringing them together as well. So LCM will be x plus 2, 3x plus 2. Then this and this, you are left with x plus 2 times a will give us a into x plus 2 plus x plus 2 in this, you have x plus 3 left times b will give us b into x plus 3. In this case, the denominator here is equal to the denominator here so that you can cancel out. So you can cancel this one by this one. So you are left with 2x plus 5 equals to a into s plus 2 plus b into s plus 3. Then from there, we need to find our a. Then how do we find a? Is by making this b to be 0. We can make this b to be 0. We can find our a. How do we make b to be 0? If everything inside this bracket is 0, then b will be 0. How can we make this bracket 0? If our s is minus 3. If s is minus 3, you have minus 3 plus 3 that gives us 0. So everything here becomes 0. So when s is minus 3, you have 2 times minus 3 give us minus 6 plus 5 equals to a into minus 3 plus 2 plus 0. So minus 3 plus 2 will give us minus 1. Minus 1 times a give us minus a here. So therefore, we minus 6 plus 5 give us minus 1. So minus can take care of minus a will be 1. Then how can we make this one also 0 to find our b? Is by making our s to be minus 2. If minus 2 is here, so this one becomes 0. So when s is minus 2, we have minus 2 times 2 here give us minus 4. Minus 4 plus 5, so we have minus 4 plus 5 left equals to, this is 0. Then this is minus 2 plus 3. That gives us a 1. 1 times b gives us b. So minus 4 plus 5 gives us 1. So b is going to be 1. So therefore the fraction becomes 1. Our a is 1 over s plus 3, and our b is also 1 plus, so 1 over s plus 2. So that's how we resolve a fraction into we resolve a fraction partially. And if you look at the option provided, option C is the correct option. Question number 13 is from matrices. If this 2 by 2 matrix multiply this column matrix equals to this column matrix, we have to find the value of x. So there are ways of approaching this question, but the faster way is to use this second matrix to multiply this column matrix, because they can multiply. The row can multiply column, the row can also multiply column here. So if they multiply 3 times s, you give us 3s plus minus 1 times y will give us a minus y. 1 times x will give us x plus 1 times y will give us y equals to 13, then 7 column matrix here. So according to the equality of matrix, this matrix is equal to this matrix. And because everything here is 3s minus 1 is representing a value, s plus y is also representing a value. So this is a column matrix as well. So we have 3s minus y equals to 13, s plus y equals to what? 7. We can now solve these two equations simultaneously now. So we have minus y, having plus y here, so you can add these two equations. If you add this, y will leave. So you have 3s plus y, 3s plus x will give us 4x, minus y plus y give us 0, 13 plus 7 will give us 20, divide both sides by 4, s will be 5. Then substitute the value of s into this any of these two equations. If you put it into equation 2, we have s plus y to be equal to 7. Our s is 5, 5 plus y equals to 7. Y will be equal to 7 minus 5, that gives us 2. So y will be 2 in this question. And our option B is the correct option for question number 13. Question number 14 is also from trigonometric ratio. It's from the equation in trigonometric ratio. Solve s sine s squared plus 2 sine s plus 1 equals to 0. For the angle s is ranged from 0 degrees to 36 degrees. Then how do we solve this? You're having sine square s to be plus 2 sine s plus 1 equals 0. So we can we can call sine s another variable. So this t I use here does not make it really affected the solution, but I'm looking at the texture of the solution. But if you understand what you have done, there no problem. You could have used another variable. We're having plus and t, they look alike somehow. So let t be sine x. So that means here you'll be having t squared here, because we have already cosine s t. So you have t squared plus 2t plus 1 equals to 0. You're now having a quadratic equation to solve here by any method you know, but this can be factorized. So you look for two numbers you can multiply together to give us a plus 1, and when you add them together it gives us plus 2 here, and that should be 1 plus 1. So that means you have t squared plus t plus 1 equals to 0. Factorize this, you have t into t plus 1 plus 1 is common here. You have plus 1 into t plus 1 equals to 0. That means you have t plus 1 into t plus 1 equals to 0. So we have t equals to minus 1 twice as far for the value of our t. So now that we know our t, we can find x from there. So we know that sine s is the same thing as t, so, and our t is minus 1 twice. So minus 1 is here. So we can find our x by finding the inverse of minus 1. Sorry, inverse of sine x rather. Inverse of sine x of minus 1, that should give us minus 90 degrees. So s is minus 90 degrees, but we need to get the value of our s in positive angles. But because look at all the angles given to us here are positive. So how do we change this one to positive? That should be x minus s is equal to 360 degrees minus 90 degrees, and that should give us 270 degrees. So option D is the correct option for question number 14. You can confirm this answer by putting your 270 here. Put sine 270 squared plus 2 sine 270 plus 1 should give you 0 if you want to confirm your answer from there. Question number 15 is from differentiation. You have to differentiate 2y over y squared with respect to y. So the reason I can see that the rest of y here, majority of the students may be confused because they are always differentiating with respect to x. So you can call the dependent variable to be p, since they already use y here. You cannot use y again, so you can call the dependent variable here p. So, or call it another variable you like. So we have p to be equal to 2 plus y over y squared. This means this everything into the bracket, everything inside this bracket twice. So you have that is, you can open this bracket. That's what I mean now. So you have 2 plus y over y into 2 plus y over y. If you open the bracket, you have 4 plus 4y plus y squared over y squared. That is everything here multiply the numerator. The denominator also multiply the denominator. And this also we can simplify further. That means y squared will divide each of these terms here. You have 4 over y squared plus 4y over y squared plus y squared over y squared. So 4 over y squared can be written as a 4y raised to power minus 2 if you understand indices very well. Plus 4y over y squared will give us 4y raised to power minus 1. Then y squared will take care of y squared that give us plus 1. Now you cannot differentiate this now properly with respect to y. So that should give us dp dy equals to, if we differentiate this one, minus 2 will come down, you have minus 8y. Then remove 1 from minus 2, you have minus 3. Then minus 1 will come down here as well, we have minus 4. Minus 4, then y raised to power, you remove 1 from here as well, you have minus 2. And if you differentiate the constant, what will it give us? 0. So this can now be written as minus 8 over y raised to power 3, then minus 4 over y raised to power 2. And if you look at the option, of course, you can rearrange it based on the option given to us. We have minus 4y squared. So minus 4 over y squared minus 8 over y cubed. And option D is the correct option for question number 15. Question number 16 is from inequalities, but the question is given to us in a word problem form. The difference between a non-negative number x and 5, difference between x and 5 is twice the number or more. It could be equals to 2x or more than 2x. So we have the statement here from year to year is 2x minus 5 greater than or equals to minus 2x. Pardon me for that. X minus 5 greater than or equals to 2x. So we have to find the range of the value of the number. So from there we can simplify further by collecting like terms. So 2x come here, you have x minus 2x greater than or equals to minus 5 comes here, we have 5. X minus 2x give us minus x greater than or equals to 5. Divide both sides by minus 1. S will be less than or equals to minus 5. Option A is the correct option for question number 16. Question number 17 is from application of differential equation to application of differentiation to application of differentiation. Application of differentiation is what is given to us in question number 17. So we are given that a curve passes through this coordinate, this point, minus 2 comma 3, and its gradient at any point is given by 3s squared plus 8s minus 5. Find the equation of the circle. Find the equation of the curve rather. So this is quite simple as well. And this kind of question is what JAM tend to ask frequently from students. This question is is a question that is very common. Now we are given the gradient of this of a the gradient of a curve, but we don't know the equation of that curve. That's what we are looking for. We are given the gradient of that curve, so and we know that gradient means dy ds or differentiation. Gradient means differentiation, so we can say dy ds to be equal to 3s squared plus 8s minus 5, which is given to us. From there, you can cross multiply. We have dy equals to 3s squared plus 8s minus 5 dx. Because we are cross multiplying here, so ds will multiply everything here. So we cannot find the integral of both sides. You can integrate both sides. So if you integrate dy, we have y. Then if you integrate this with respect to dx, we have a 3s squared over 3, because you add 1 to the 2 here, then that power come down. So we have 3 here, then the 3 also will come down. Here you're having plus 1 here, plus 1 again, you have 2 over 2. Then when you integrate a constant, you'll be having if you integrate minus 5, that gives us minus 5x, then plus c. Then from there, 3 can take off 3, 2 can go in 8. We have s cubed plus 4s squared minus 5s plus c. So we need to get the value of this constant c, and that's we can get from this point given to us that the curve passes through. Then at point 2 minus 2 comma 3, so our s is minus 2, our y is 3. So put that here, you have 3 into minus 2 raised to power 3 plus 4 into minus 2 square minus 5 into minus 2 plus c. If you simplify this, you have minus 8. Simplify this, you have 16. Simplify this, you have 10 plus c. So minus 8 plus 16 plus 10 give us 18 plus c. C will be equal to 3 minus 18, that gives us minus 15. Return that back here, you have a s cubed plus 4s squared minus 5x minus 15 to be the equation we are looking for. And option D is the correct option. Option D is the correct option for question number 17. Question number 18 is from expansion using binomial expansion of Pascal triangle. So we have to find the first 4 terms in the expansion of 1 plus 2 raised to power 15. Of course, you cannot do this except you know Pascal triangle or binomial expansion, because you cannot open the bracket in 15 times. That should be injurious to your brain. So that means you need to know Pascal triangle or binomial expansion to get the first 4 terms. Now here I use a binomial expansion. So we have 1 plus 2 raised to power 15 equals to the first term here will be having 15 combination 0. Then this 1 raised to power 15 multiplied by 2s raised to power 0. That's the first term. The second term will be 15 combination 1. Yeah, remove 1 from the power of 15 here. That gives us 1 raised to power 14. Then this will increase by 1. You have 2s raised to power 1. The third term will be 15 combination 2. 1 raised to power 13. 2s raised to power 2. Then the fourth term will be 15 combination 3. 1 raised to power 12. 2s raised to power 3, and so on. You have to stop at the fourth term. That way we stop here. Then if you simplify this, 15 combination 0 is 1. 1 raised to power 15 is 1. 2 raised to power 0 is 1. So this one gives us 1 plus 15 combinations. 1 is 15. 1 raised to power 14 is 1. 2 raised to power 1 is 2x. So we have a 15 times 2x. That's what you're having here. Then the next one, we have 15 combination 2. That gives us 105. 2s raised to power 2 will give us 4s squared. What we're having here, because this one gives us 1. 15 combination 3 give us 455. 2s raised to power 3 give us 8s cubed. So from there, you can simplify further. 15 times 2 give us 30x. 105 times 4x squared give us 420x squared. 455 times 8 will give us 3,740x cubed. So this is the first four terms of this expansion, and option C is the correct option for question number 18. Question number 19 is from functions and mapping. We are told that let the mapping f and g on the set of real number be defined by f of x to be equals to 3x squared minus 4, g of x will be 2x plus 1. We have to find f of g of x. So that means we have to put g of x into f of x. So what is our g of x? 2x plus 1. Sorry, 2x plus 1. So wherever we see x in f of x, so we put 2x plus 1 to replace it. So our f of x is 3x squared minus 4. So this x will be replaced by 2x plus 1. So because we are putting g of x into f, so we have 3 into 2x plus 1 squared minus 4. So from there, expand this one in two places. You have this. Expand it. You have 4x squared plus 2x plus 2x plus 1. Then collect like times. You have 4x here. 2x plus 2x give us 4x. Then 3 will open the bracket. You have 12x squared, 12x squared plus 12x plus 3 minus 4. Then collect like times. You have 12x squared plus 12x minus 1. So option D is the correct option for question number 19. Question number 20 is from the proposition, logic or proposition. So let P denote the cost of living is high and Q denotes proposition the standard of living is low. Which of the following describe the statement neither the cost of living is high nor the standard of living is low? That's negation of the P and the negation of Q. So option C is the correct option for question number 20. Question number 21 is from trigonometric ratio, and that is from complementary angle in trigonometric ratio. If sine theta is equal to 2 cos theta, we have to find, sorry, and theta is from 0 degrees to 90 degrees, which is talking about the complementary angles. Find the value of 4 theta. So you are given sine theta to be 2 cos theta. We need to recall the relationship between sine and cos in complementary angle. We know that sine theta will give us a cos 90 minus theta. So that's the relationship between sine and cos in complementary angles. You should remember this very well. So in this case, what can we say? This is equal to this. So that means this should be equal to this as well. So cos 2 theta will be equal to cos 90 minus theta. Cos we take care of cos. You have 2 theta equals to 90 minus theta. Collect like times to find your theta. Take theta to this side. You have theta plus theta give us 3 theta equals to 90. Divide both sides by theta. Sorry, by 3 rather. Theta will be 30 degrees. So if our theta is 30 degrees, you can find 4 theta. 4 theta will be 4 times 30, and that should give us 120 degrees. Option D is the correct option for question number 21. Question number 22 is on from differentiation, the higher derivative. To find the, you have to differentiate this twice. The y, that 2y that s squared. We have to differentiate this function twice. So we have y raised to power x raised to power y equals to x raised to power 5 plus 3x raised to power 4 minus 2x squared plus 2. If you differentiate it for the first time, 5 come down, remove 1 from the power, 5x raised to power 4. This one come down, remove 1 from the power, you have 12x cubed. 2 come down, you have minus 4x. Then if you take find the dimension of a constant, you have 0. So if you differentiate this again one more time to get the 2y that s squared, this go down, that means 20s cubed. This go down, we have 36s squared. If you differentiate minus 4s, that gives us minus 4. So the answer is D, 20s cubed plus 36s squared minus 4. Question number 23 is also from the application of differentiation to graph, to quadratic equation on a graph. Find the minimum values of y equals to x squared minus 3 minus 2x minus 3. We have to find the minimum values of this quadratic equation. How do we do that? We know that if you differentiate, uh, this function will be at minimum when it's this differentiation or its the gradient is equal to 0. So if this gradient is equal to 0, it's going to be at minimum. So what do we have? So how do you find the gradient of this function? If I differentiate it, that will give us the y dx equals to 2x minus 2. So this function is at minimum when the differentiation of this is equal to 0. So that means this is equal to 0, 2x minus 2 equal to 0. From there, we can find our x. S will be equal to 1. Then we are looking for the value of y in that case. So substitute your 1 into this function. So we have y equals to 1 squared minus 2 into 1 minus 3. And that should give us a 1, then minus 2 minus 3. And that should give us a minus 4. So option D is the correct option for question number 3 as well. Question number 24 is from polynomials. We are given that P1 of s is 6s cubed plus s squared, 8s squared minus 4s plus 6. And P2 of x is equal to 3s squared minus 5s plus 1. We have to find P1 of x minus 2P2 of x. So is like I said, it's from polynomial. You are giving P1 of s to be this minus 2 into P2 of s is 3s squared minus 5s plus 1 equals to this. 2, open the bracket here, you have 2 times 3 give us 6, times minus 5 will give us minus 10, times 2, 1 here give us 2. Then from then also, the minus will open this bracket. You have 6s cubed plus 8s squared minus 4s plus 4. Minus, open this bracket, you have minus 6s squared plus 10x. Then minus times plus 2 give us minus 2. If you collect like times here, you have 6s squared, 6s cubed, 8s 8s squared minus 6s squared will give us a plus 2s squared. Minus 4s plus 10s will give us plus 6x. 4 minus 2 will give us plus 2. So option E is the correct option for question number 24. Question number 25 is from function as well. But what values of s will make this function undefined? We know that this function will be undefined when the denominator is equal to 0. So g of a equals to s squared minus 5s plus 6 over s squared minus 5s minus 24 will be undefined when the denominator is equal to 0. So we have s squared minus 5s minus 24 equals to 0. And this is a quadratic equation that we need to solve. From there, what do we do? Two numbers can multiply together to give us 24. And when you add them together, give us minus 5. That should be minus 8 plus 3, which is now replaced with this. You have s squared minus 8x plus 3x minus 24 equal to 0. Factorize this. S is common, s into s minus 8. Factorize this. 3 is common, 3 into s minus 8 as well equals to 0. S plus 3 into s minus 8 equals to 0. In that case, s will be equal to minus 3 or s will be equal to 8. So option B is the option for question number 25. So we have just solved the first 25 question for Neco 2023 for the mathematics objective questions. So we still have 25 questions to solve more. But before we continue, if you are here to subscribe to this channel, please click on the subscribe button right now so that you will be notified. Please share the video, like the video, comment on it so that you help us to improve this channel. And I want to believe that you have learned one or two things in this video so far and you have been following. So let's move to question number 26. Question number 26 is from coordinate geometry, and we have to find the distance between these 2 points. And we know that the distance between 2 points in coordinate geometry is square root of s2 minus s1 squared plus change in y squared as well. So we know our y1, y2, our s2, s1 from these 2 coordinates given to us. So we have square root of s2 is minus 1 minus s1 is 2 plus y2 is x7 minus y1 is 3 all squared. Minus 1 minus 2 give us minus 3 squared. Then 7 minus 3 is 4. That gives us 4 squared as well. minus 3 square will give us 9, 4 square give us 16, 9 plus 16 give us 25, square root of 25 give us 5. So that means the distance between these 2 points on the Cartesian graph is 5 units, and option C is the correct option. Question number 27, still on coordinate geometry. You have to find the equation of the straight line which passes through these 2 points. And we know the equation of a straight line is a linear equation, which is going to look like the template of linear equation. Y is equal to ms plus c, where m is your gradient and the c is the y-intercept. So if we can find our gradient, find the y-intercept, then we'll know the equation we are looking for. So how do you find the gradient, which is m? Gradient is y2, change in y over change in x. y2 minus y1 over s2 minus x1. What's our y2? 6. Our y1 is 2. We have 6 minus 2 over s2 is 3. s1 is 2. 3 minus 2. That gives us 4 over 1. That gives us 4. That means the gradient of the gradient is 4. Pardon me for that. So if you put that here, so you have a y to be equal to 4s plus c. So we need to find the value of our c now to know the equation we are looking for. So at any of these 2 points, you can find your c. So at 2, 2, so that means your s is 2, y is also 2. So put that here, put that here. So you have 2 equals to 4 into 2 plus c. So 2 is equals to 4 times 2 give us 8 plus c. Collect like times, you have c to be equals to 2 minus 8, and that gives us minus 6. So if you return your constant back here, you have a y to be equals to 4s minus 6 as the equation we are looking for. So option C is the correct option for question number 7 as well. Question number 28 is from the conic section. It's for conic section. You have to find the focus and the directrix of the parabola y squared equals 64x. So we are given this equation of parabola, and we know that the general equation of a parabola is y squared equals to 4ax. If you compare this and this, y squared with y squared, 6s is equal to 4ax. So s take care of x, then you can find our a to be 16. The variables are by 4, a will be 16. So therefore the focus is going to be 16, 0, and the directrix is going to be negative of the focus. So that will give us minus 16. Option C is the correct option for question number 28. You have to find question number 29. You have to find the question number 29 is from the equation of circle. It's from equation of circle. You have to find the equation of the circle which has the center as this and passes through this point 1,5. This is the pictorial representation of this question. We are given the center of the circle with this coordinate minus 2,4, and the circle passes through this point 1,5. So to find the equation of the circle, we have the center which we need, and we need to find the radius of the circle. And how do you find the radius of the circle? Is by using the relation of the equation of circle given the center and the radius. So, or before we do that, we need to get the radius of the circle rather, and the radius of the circle is going to be the distance between these two points rather. Forgive me for that. You need to find the radius of the circle by which is talking about the same thing as the distance between these 2 points. And if you remember the formula of finding the distance between 2 points on a Cartesian graph, that will be the square root of the change in y squared plus change in s squared. So we have square root of our y2 is 5 minus y1 is 4 squared plus our s2 is 1 minus s1 is minus 2 squared. So that should give us 5 minus 4 give us 1 squared. Then minus times minus give us plus. We have 1 plus 2 give us 3. Then you have 3 squared. So 1 square is 1, 3 square is 9, plus 1 give us sort of 10. So that means the radius of the circle is so 10. So the template of equation of circle given the radius and the center is s minus a squared plus y minus b squared equals to r squared, where a and b are the coordinates of the centers and r is the radius. So if you substitute that, you have x minus 2, our a is minus 2, close the bracket square, plus y minus b is 4 squared equals to the radius is so 10 squared. So s times minus times minus give us plus 2 plus here rather, so we have s plus 2 squared plus open bracket y minus 4 squared, then so 10 squared give us 10. Then if you open this bracket twice, you have s squared plus 4s plus 4. If you open this bracket as well, we have y squared minus 8y plus 16 equals to, take this 10 to this side, you have minus 10 equals to 0. From there, take like times, you have s squared plus y squared plus 4x minus 8y. 4 plus 10, 16 is 20 minus 10 give us plus 10 equals to 0. So that means the equation of the circle is is this, and the option E is the correct option for question number 29. Question number 30 is from combination. So how many ways can 10 people be seated in a round table if there is no restriction? So that's cyclic permutation. That's a cyclic permutation, and that should give us, since there's no restriction, so that means it can only be done one times. Then the number of people involved, 10 minus 1, then factorial. So we have a 9 factorial to give us 362,880 ways. So option A is the correct option for question number 30. Question number 31 is from vectors. We have to find the unit vector in the direction of this vector r. So how do you find unit vector? That should be, unit vector is the vector divided by the modulus of the vector. So we have the vector to be 15i plus 16j minus 12k divided by the modulus of that vector. So that will be square root of each of the we have 15i squared plus 16j squared plus minus 12k squared, and that should give us the vector over 15i squared give us 225 plus 16 square will give us a 256 minus 12 square give us plus 144. If you add this together, we have a square root of 625. Square root of this is a 25, and that should give us 1 over 25 into the vector, and that give us the unit vector of that vector r. So option A is the correct option for question number 31. Question number 32 also is still on vector. We have vector s is equals to 2y minus 6j, and vector t is minus 3i plus 4j. We have to find the value of t plus 2s dot t minus x. So substitute each of the vector into this bracket. We have it to be t is minus 3i plus 4j plus 2 multiplied by the vector x dot open bracket vector t is minus 3i plus 4j minus vector s 2i minus 6j. Then this 2 will open the bracket, then this minus also will open bracket here. So we have minus 3i plus 4j plus 4i minus 12j dot open bracket minus 3i plus 4j minus 2i then plus 6j. Collect like times minus 3i plus 4i will give us 1i. 4j minus 12j will give us a minus 8j dot collect like times here as well. Minus 3i minus 2i give us minus 5i. 4j plus 6j will give us a 10j. Then using the dot product, I will multiply I, j will multiply j. So I multiplied by minus 5i will give us minus 5 minus 8j times 10j will give us minus 10 minus 80. If you simplify this, that should give us a minus 85 for question number 32. Option A is the correct option. Question number 33 is still on the vector. We are to find the value of scalar lambda for which the vector 3i plus 5 lambda j and 2y minus 6j are perpendicular. What is the condition for perpendicularity of two vectors when their dot product is equal to 0? That means they are perpendicular. So two vectors are perpendicular when the dot product of the two vectors is equal to 0. So find the dot product of this to be equal to 0. I will multiply I, j will multiply j. 3i times 2i will give us a 6. 5 lambda j multiplied by minus 6j will give us a minus 30 lambda equals to 0. Collect like times we have minus lambda j minus 30 lambda equals to minus 6. Now you can take your minus, so we have 30 lambda equals to 6 divided both side by 30. Lambda will be equals to 6 divided by 30. 6 divided by 30. So the lambda is going to be 6 over 30, and that will give us a 1 over 5 if you reduce it down. So option B is the correct option for question number 33. Question number 34 is from the mechanics. It's from mechanics, and we have to find if a body of mass 3 kilograms at rest is acted upon by a force of 24 Newton for 0.5 seconds. Find the final velocity of the body. So we are given the mass, and we are given the force and the time. We have to find the final velocity. Since the body starts from rest, so that means the initial velocity will be 0 as well. But we need to find acceleration. So from the force and the mass given to us, we can find acceleration. Force is 24 equals to mass is 3 times a, that gives us 3a. Find acceleration from there, that should give us 8 meter per second squared. Then from there, we can now find the final velocity to be equal to initial velocity plus 2 plus 80. Then v is going to be initial velocity is 0 plus 8 times 0.5, and our final velocity will be 4 meter per second. So option D is the correct option for question number 34. Question number 35 is from a vector as well. If vector S is 4i plus 5j and y is minus 3i plus 4j, we have to find the modulus of s minus y. So if you substitute properly into this, we have our s to be this minus our y. Then if you open bracket with this minus, we have 4i plus 5j plus 3i minus 4j. Collect like times 4i plus 3i will give us 7i plus 5j minus 4j will give us plus j. You have to find the modulus, which is this. So that will be square root of each of these. So square root of 7i squared plus j squared. Then that should give us 49 plus 1, and that should give us square root of 50. If you take it to the third form, that should give us 5 sub 2. And option C is the correct option for question number 35. Question number 36 is from resultant force. Resultant of a force. We are given force X and Y with the magnitude of 15 newtons and 20 newtons respectively. The result of the two forces is R. If the angle between S and R is 30 degrees, then what is the angle between X and Y to the nearest degree? So if you draw the diagram for this, so this, let's go back. This is the vector X 15 Newton, and this is vector Y 20 Newton, and the resultant between X and Y is the line here. This adjacent line is vector R. Then we are told that the angle between X and R is 30 degrees, is given to us here. Then from there, what can we do? We have to find the angle between we have to find the angle between X and Y, which is this angle here. Sorry, this is the total angle here. From here to here is the angle between x and y. From here to here. So we know this one to be 30 degrees. So if you can find this small angle here, which is we call theta, then we'll be able to know everything here. And we should know that this angle here is alternate to this angle here because these are parallel lines. Now, if that should be the case now, so let's find this angle that is here. From this triangle, we have here, we can find that because in this triangle we have this angle given, we have this side opposite the angle. We are looking for this angle, we have the side opposite, so we can use sine rule in that case. So if you use sine rule, how do we do it? Sine of this angle over the side facing it equals to sine of this angle over the side facing it. So we are, if we cross multiply there, we have 20 sine theta equals to 15 sine 30. Divide both side by 20, we have sine theta equals to 15 sine 30 over 20. And if you simplify this, that gives us 0.375. To find theta, find the sine inverse of this, that gives us 22 degrees. Then from there, if this theta is 22, that means this angle is 22 as well. So our aim is to find total angle that is here, and that will be 20 plus 30, and that should give us, sorry, 22 plus 30 rather, and that should give us 52 degrees. So that means the angle between the two forces is 52 degrees, and the option C is the correct option for question number 36. Question number 37 is from the motion as well. A body of mass 700 kilogram moving with a final velocity of 36 kilometers per hour is made to attain a velocity of 90 kilometers per hour in 15.6 seconds by a force. Calculate the magnitude of the force. So this question is very simple as well. It's from the motion. So we are given the mass in 700 kilogram. You have the initial velocity, but it's given to us in kilometer per hour. But look at our time. Our time is in seconds, so we need to convert this kilometer per hour to meter per second. And how do we do that? Kilometer is to meter is you multiply this one by 1000, then hours to seconds will be divided by 3600. So that should give us 10 meter per second. The same thing you do for the second velocity, the final velocity as well. So we have 90 kilometer per hour to meter per second. That gives us 25 meter per second. So we need to get the acceleration so that to be able to find the force, because we know that force is mass times acceleration. So from there, we know the final velocity to be 25 equals to 10 to the initial velocity plus the time is 15.6 seconds multiplied by the acceleration. You simplify this, collect like times 25 minus 10, that gives us 15. Divide both sides by 15.6, that gives us 8 to equal 15 divided by 15.6, that gives us 0.96 meter per second squared. So this acceleration, then since we know the mass of the body to be 700 kilogram, so that means the force acting on it will be 700 times 0.96, and that should give us 673 Newton as the force on the body. So option B is the correct option for question number 37. Question number 38 also is from the result of forces. We have to find the magnitude of the resultant of two forces, 5 Newton and 49 and 4 Newton acting at a point if the angle between them is 60 degrees. So we are given two forces rather, 5 Newton and 4 Newton, which can be represented in this diagram. So, and the line between them is the resultant of the two forces. You will be given the angle between them in this case to be 60 degrees. So we have to find this the resultant force between them, which is this line here. How do we do that? We cannot do that unless we know the angle, because if I want to use this triangle here now to find the this side R, this line here. So we need to get an angle in this triangle. And how do we do that? This angle here, if you extend this line like this and form a right angle triangle here, this angle here will be alternate to this angle here. 60 degrees will be sorry, this angle here will be corresponding to this angle here. So this angle here and this angle are corresponding angle. So if this angle is 60 degrees, that means the angle here is going to be 120 degrees. Angle on a straight line. So this 60, then this angle will be 120. Then inside this triangle now, we have an angle which is 120. And also, we have this side to be, because this side is equal to this side, it's a parallelogram. And this side is also equal to this side. So from there, we can use a cosine rule to find our this side, because we know that cosine rule says that this side squared equals to the sum of the square of the remaining two sides minus 2 into 4 times 5 cos 120 degrees. 4 squared is 16 plus 25 minus, if you simplify that, gives us minus 40 cos 120 degrees. Then from there, if you simplify this for that, 16 plus 25 gives us 41. Simplify this, you have 61. Then to find our R, square root of 61 gives us 7.8 Newton. And option D is the correct option for question number 38. When question number 39 is also from the mechanics and motion. We have a horizontal force of 3,500 Newton is capable of moving an abandoned vehicle of 750 kilogram on a rough horizontal road if the coefficient of the friction between the vehicle are find the coefficient of the friction between the vehicle and the road, given that G is 9.8 meter per second. So we know that the friction force force is equals to the coefficient of friction multiplied by the reaction so that's the equation between of friction. Now we need to get this reaction, this force, since we are given the force capable of moving on the vehicle. So we need to get the reaction between the bus and the ground or the road. Now the reaction is the same thing as the weight is going to be equals, or it's going to be equals to the weight of the bus now, or the vehicle. So the reaction is going to be equal to the weight of the vehicle. And how to find, do we find weight is the mass and gravity. So the mass of the vehicle is 750 times gravity is 9.8. That should give us 7,350 Newton as the weight of the vehicle, and it's going to be the reaction to that the road must give back to the vehicle before the vehicle can stand on the road. Now from there, we have our force to be 3,500. We are looking for the coefficient of friction times the reaction, which is the 7,350 divided both side by this. So we have the coefficient of the friction to be 0.48. 0.48 as the coefficient of the friction. So option C is the correct option for question number 39. Question number 40 also is still on motion and force. So a 50 kilogram bag of rice is placed in a lift which moves with an upward acceleration of 8 meters per second squared. What is the reaction between the floor of the lift and the rice? The reaction of the lift and the rice should be equal, or should be greater than that of the rice. So that is the reaction the lift must give to the rice before it can move up should be greater or equal to the weight of the rice. So that means the reaction should be equal or greater than the weight of the rice. So how do you find the weight of the rice? That's mg, mass times gravity. So gravity is 10, then mass of the rice is 50. 50 times 10 give us 500 Newton as the reaction the reaction between them. So option B is the correct option for question number 40. Question number 41 is from probability. the probability of three events A, B, and C occurring are 1 over 3, 1 over 2, and 2 over 3, respectively. But to find the probability that only two of the events will occur, probability that only two of the events will occur, how do we do that? Probability of A is 1 over 3, so we can find probability that A will not occur. That should be 2 over 3. Probability that B will occur is 1 over 2. Probability that B will not occur is 1 over 2. Probability that C will occur is 2 over 3. And probability that C will not occur is 1 over 3. Now to find probability that only 2 will occur, that should be probability of A occur, B occur, and C will not occur. Or probability of A will occur, C will occur, and B will not occur. Probability that B will occur, C will occur, and A will not occur. So from there, if you impute the values of this into this, you have what you are having here. Which if you simplify this, you have 1 over 18. Simplify this, we have 1 over 9. Simplify, we have 2 over 9. Find the SCM here, we have 1 plus 2 plus 4 over 18, and that should give us 7 over 18. And option E is the correct option for question number 41. Question number 42 is from the probability distribution. Probability distribution: 1 out of 1,000 bulbs manufactured by a factory is found to be defective. If 2,000 bulbs were produced by the factory, find the probability that at least 2 bulbs are defective. So, like I said, from probability distribution, and here because the number of samples here is very big, we are not going to be using probability distribution. You are going to be using you're not going to be using binomial distribution. You're going to be using Poisson distribution because the number of sample is very large and the probability is very small. So probability is 1 out of 1,000, which is very small, and our n is 2,000. So we can find our lambda, which is going to be m multiplied by p. 0.01 times 2,000, that gives us a 2. So we are going to be using Poisson distribution for this, with what is given to the probability of the event is equal to be lambda raised to power the x exponential raised to power minus lambda over s factorial. So probability at least 2 bulb will be 1 minus probability of 0 plus 1 plus 2, because probability of at least, so that means from 2 should be at least 2, so it's from 2 or more than 2. So that should be probability of your probability of 0, 1, 2, then remove from 1. Probability of everything that an event must occur is 1. So do probability of 0 plus probability of 1, probability of 2, then remove from 1. So you have 1 minus open bracket probability of 0, s is equal to 0 here. So put that here. You have lambda is 2, 2 raised to power 0 exponential minus 2, because our lambda is 2, over s factorial is 0 factorial. Do for s is equal to 1 as well. You have this. S equal to 2, you have this as well. This will give us 1. Then you are left with exponential 1 over exponential 2. Here you're having 2, and you're having exponential, 1 over exponential 2 as well. You have 2 over exponential 2 plus 4 over exponential 4 over 2 exponential 2. 2 can cancel 2, so you have this. You can find exponential 2. Exponential 2 will give us this as well. Then from there, if you simplify this with your calculator, we having 0.4062, which you remove from 1, that gives us 0.5937 approximately. So option C is the correct option for question number 42. Question number 43 is from combination. In how many ways can a committee of 8 councillors be selected from 10 councillors in local government? So that will be 10 combination 8, and that should give us 10 factorial over 10 minus 8 factorial, 8 factorial. So 10 factorial over 2 factorial, 8 factorial. We simplify, this will give us this. Then that should give us 10 times 9 over 2, and that should give us 45 ways. So option D is the correct option for question number 43. Question number 44 is from the probability as well. A fair die is rolled once. What's probability of obtaining a multiple of 3 or 3? Multiple of 2 or 3. So sample space for a die rolling is being rolled is 1 to 6. Multiple of 2, we have a sample space of 2, 4, 6. Multiple of 3, 3 and 6 as the sample space. Probability of multiple of 2 or 3 will be probability of 2 plus probability of 3 minus probability of interaction between 2 and 3, because there is interaction between this and this. 6 is here, 6 is here as well, so there's interaction between them. So probability of 2 will be 3 out of 6. Probability of 3 will be 2 out of 6. Then probability of interaction between them will be 1 out of 6. So you have 3 over 6 plus 2 over 6 minus 1 over 6. We simplify that further by finding LCM. You have this. It was 4 over 6. That gives us 2 over 3. So option D is the correct option for question number 44. Question number 45 is from statistics. And you are told that the table shows the score of a student in mathematics examination. So use the information to answer question number 45 to 46, giving scores in class in intervals and the frequency which add up to 60. Then find the lower class boundaries of the class containing the 6th densi. 6 densi, that should be over 10. So 6 densi will be 6 over 10 times the total frequency, which is 60. That should give us 36. Then start adding these frequencies together to where you get 36. So 8 plus 12 is 20, plus 14, 34. Then 36 should fall here. So, and you have to find lower class boundary of this class. That means you have to remove 0.5 from 71. That should give us 70.5. So option D is the correct option. Also, you have to find the modal score. You have to find the modal score. Modal score is the lower class boundary of the class modal class plus open bracket the frequency of the modal class minus the frequency before the modal class over the same thing here plus the frequency of the modal class minus the frequency after the modal class, they are multiplied by the class size. So the lower class boundary, what is the modal class? The modal class is the class with the highest frequency. So this is the modal class. The highest frequency here is 16. That means this class is the modal class. So we need the lower class boundary of it, which is 70.5, which is what we have gotten here already. Remove 0.5 from this 71 plus the frequency minus frequency before. That will be 16 minus 14. Same thing we are having here plus change in 1. That will be frequency of the modal class minus frequency after. That will be 16 minus 8 multiplied by the class size, which is 10. 51 minus 41, or 60 minus the modals. The modal score will now be, if you simplify this, 10 multiplied by this. So you should have 20 over 10. So you have 70.5 plus 20, 70.5 plus 20 over 10. So 10 here will give us 2 plus D give us 72.5. So that should be the solution for that, and the options 46. Sorry, option C is the correct option for question number 46. Question number 47 is also from the binomial distribution. So it's also from a probability distribution rather. So in this case, we are going to be using binomial distribution for this. In an examination, 75% of the candidate pass. Using the binomial distribution to calculate the probability that a random sample of 8 candidates contain at most 1 failure, correct to 4 decimal places. So probability is 75 over 100. That gives 0.75. So you can find probability of failure. That will be Q. That will be 1 minus this. That gives 0.25. So probability of at most 1. That will be probability of 0 plus probability of 1. So this one is for binomial distribution, not for Poisson. So in this case, our n is 8, combination 0 into 0.75, which is our p, raised to power 0, into 0.05, which is our q, raised to power 8 minus 0, Then you do that for 1 as well. 8 combination 1 into 0.05 raised to power 1 into 0.25 raised to power 8 minus 1 is 7. If you simplify this with your calculator, you have 0.00051 plus simplify this as well, 0.0003662. So if you add them together, that should give us 0.003815, which if you approximate to 4 decimal places, that should give us 0.004. Option B is the correct option. Question number, next question is from game theory. It's from game theory. If the payoff matrix of game is given by this matrix, find the maximum value of the game. So we have to find the minimum of the row, then find the maximum of the minimum. So the minimum here is 3, the minimum here is 2. Then if you now find the maximum of this minimum, that will give us 3. So option D is the correct option for that question. For question number 49, given that the corner points of a solution to problem S are this, and this, if P is equal to 35x plus 40y, what will be the maximum value of P? So it's quite simple. Also, put this coordinate in this equation. S is 0, y is 3 here. Put that here, you have 120. The next one, S is 2, y is 3. Put that here as well. In this equation, we have this. Simplify, we have 190. At this one, 4,3, you have this as well, 260. At 3,4, we have this as well, 265. At 0,0 is 0. So the maximum value of P is 265, and option E is the correct option. Then the last question is from more mathematical modeling. The annual demand for a product is 12,500, while the annual holding cost is 15 naira. If the cost to place an order in is 500 naira, find the amount of order per annum. So we need to get this value of Q, which is talking about the order quantity, which is square root of 2CD over H. So our C is the cost to place order, and our D is the annual demand, and our H is the holding cost. So if you simplify that into this, you have a square root of 2 times 500 times 12,500 over 50. That should give us this, and that gives us 500 units. Then the amount of order is now this annual demand, which is 12,500 divided by the order quantity order. So that should be 12,500 divided by 500. That will give us 25. And option D is the correct option for question number 50. So we have just concluded all the 50 questions that you are expected to solve in the Neco 2023 further mathematics objective questions. And I want to believe you have learned 1 or 2 things on how to solve these questions. So don't forget to subscribe if you are yet to subscribe to this channel. Please, you can share the videos with the viewer out there, like the video, comment on it, and we'll see you in the next video on the theoretical part of this video. Thank you and God bless you.